Shobo's mother's present age is 6 times Shobo's present age. Shobo's age 5 years from now will be 1/3 of his mother's present age. What are their present ages? Okay, so now let's consider Shobo and Shobo's mother. So what is the first condition given? Shobo's mother's present age. Let me write present ages here. Shobo's mother's present age will be 6 times of Shobo's present age. So if I assume Shobo's present age as x years, then Shobo's mother's present age according to this condition is 6 times of it. That is, it must be 6x years. Now the next condition is Shobo's age 5 years from now. That means after 5 years. After 5 years, what will be Shobo's age? Shobo's age now it is x years. That is, present age is x years. After 5 years, what will be his age? It must be x plus 5 years, isn't it? Now what is the condition? Shobo's age 5 years from now, that is this x plus 5 years, will be 1/3 of his mother's present age. What is mother's present age? It is 6x. So according to the condition, Shobo's age after 5 years, that is x plus 5, will be 1/3 of mother's present age, which is 6x. Let's simplify now. You have x plus 5 is equal to 1 by 3 times 6x. 3 times 2 is 6. So you have x plus 5 is equal to 2x. This is a linear equation in one variable. Let's transpose this x towards the right hand side. You get 5 is equal to 2x minus x, or the value of x is 5. That means to say Shobo's present age will be 5 years and Shobo's mother's age, what is the present age of Shobo's mother? 6x. So it is 6 into 5 years, which is 30 years. Let's look at the next question. There is a narrow rectangular plot reserved for a school in Mahuli village. The length and breadth of the plot are in the ratio 11:4. At the rate of 100 rupees per meter, it will cost the village panchayat 75,000 rupees to fence the plot. What are the dimensions of the plot? So there is a rectangular plot. Okay. What is given? The length and breadth are in the ratio 11:4. So length is to breadth is in the ratio 11:4. So I can assume length of the plot as 11x and breadth of the plot as 4x meters. Okay, this is given in meters. So let's assume length as 11x meters and breadth as 4x meters. So that when I take the ratio of these two, it will be 11:4. Now what is given? At the rate of 100 rupees per meter, it will cost the village panchayat 75,000 rupees to fence the plot. Now what do you mean by fencing the plot? To give a boundary to the plot, right? Starting, let us say, from this point, it will cover this breadth, breadth and length. Totally what we are talking about now is perimeter of this rectangle. What is perimeter of rectangular formula? It is P is equal to 2 times L plus B, or twice of length plus breadth. Here length is 11x meters, breadth is 4x meters. So perimeter must be 2 times of 11x plus 4x meters. So it is 2 times 11x plus 4x is 15x. So it is 2 times of 15x meters, which is 30x meters. This is the perimeter of this rectangular plot. Okay, so it is 30x meters. Now what is given? The cost to fence the plot is 100 rupees per meter. So if for 1 meter the cost is 100 rupees, then for 30x meters, that means to cover the entire plot or to fence this entire plot of perimeter 30x meters, how much it should cost? It should cost 30x into 100 rupees, isn't it? What is 30x into 100 rupees? It is rupees 3000x. But what is given? According to the condition, it will cost the village panchayat 75,000 rupees. That means this value is 75,000 rupees. So it is 3000x is equal to 75,000 rupees. So what should be the value of x? X must be 75,000 divided by 3000. 0 zeros will get cancelled. 3 times 25 is 75. So value of x is 25. When x is equal to 25, then what must be length? Length is 11x, that is 11 into 25, which is 275 meters. And what should be breadth? Breadth must be 4x meters. So it is 4 times 25, which is 100 meters. So what are the dimensions of the plot? That is, the length and breadth of the plot are 275 meters and 100 meters. Let's look at the next question. Hassan buys two kinds of cloth materials for school uniforms. Shirt material cost him 50 rupees per meter and trouser material cost him 90 rupees per meter. For every 3 meters of the shirt material, he buys 2 meters of trouser material. He sells the materials at 12% and 10% profit respectively. His total sale is 36,600 rupees. How much trouser material did he buy? Now, before we proceed to solve this problem, I want you to recall the concepts of profit and loss. Let's also try to revise the formulas which are associated with profit and loss. So let us say you are a person who bought or a businessman who bought some products from a warehouse or a factory or a wholesale retailer. So the cost you spend to buy the products from a wholesaler or a factory or a warehouse is what you call as cost price. Okay, now you as a businessman, you are selling this product to some customer. The cost, the amount of money that you use to sell the product to another customer is what you call as selling price. Okay, when this selling price is greater than the cost price, you say that you have a profit. So profit will be there only when selling price is greater than the cost price. So how do you calculate profit? Profit is equal to selling price minus cost price. And if you remember, the profit percent is profit by cost price into 100. Let's substitute profit is equal to SP minus CP in this formula. What you get? Profit percent is equal to SP minus CP by CP into 100. Okay. Now let us try to reorganize this selling price and cost price so that I can get the formula for selling price from this formula. Okay. So let me just bring this 100 by CP on the right hand side towards the left hand side. That means I get profit percent into cost price divided by 100 is equal to this numerator, that is SP minus CP. Now let me transpose this negative CP to the left hand side. You get profit percent into CP by 100 plus CP is equal to selling price. You can remember this as a formula, or you can also take out cost price common from this and you can write selling price as 100 plus profit percent by 100 into cost price. This is one of the most important and useful formula from profit and loss. Okay. Now we will be using this formula to perform calculations in this question. So let's come back to this question now. Hassan buys two kinds of cloth materials for school uniforms. Shirt material cost him 50 rupees per meter and trouser material that cost him 90 rupees per meter. So shirt material is 50 rupees per meter and trouser material is 90 rupees per meter. Okay. Now the condition is for every 3 meters of shirt material, he buys 2 meters of trouser materials. That means to say shirt is to trouser are in the ratio 3:2. Length of the shirt material is to length of the trouser material is in the ratio 3:2. So I can assume length of the shirt material as 3x meters and length of the trouser material as 2x meters for some value of x, so that when I take the ratio of these two, it will be in the ratio 3:2, right? Now what is given? He sells the materials at 12% and 10% profit respectively. That means he sells the shirt material at 12% profit and the trouser material at 10% profits respectively. Okay. And the total sale is 36,600 rupees. Now first let us calculate the cost price. Cost price of shirt material. What is given? Shirt material costed him 50 rupees per meter. How much shirt material did he buy? He bought 3x meters of shirt material. So if for 1 meter it costed him 50 rupees, for 3x meters how much it should cost him? It should cost him 3x into 50 rupees, which is 150x rupees. Profit percent is 12%. So what is selling price? From this formula, selling price must be 100 plus profit percent, which is 12, divided by 100 into the cost price, that is 150x. So that's 112 by 100 into 150x. When you simplify this, you get 168x rupees. This is selling price of shirt material. Similarly, let's calculate the selling price of the trouser material. For that, let us first calculate cost price of the trouser material. Cost price is given as 90 rupees per meter. So that means for 1 meter it costed him 90 rupees. So for 2x meters of trouser material, how much it should cost him? It should be 2x into 90 rupees, which is 180x rupees. Okay. What is the profit percent? Profit percent is 10%. So what should be the selling price of trouser material? From this formula, it must be 100 plus 10 by 100 into cost price, that is 180x. So that's 110 by 100 into 180x, which will give you 198x rupees. So selling price of shirt material is 168x, selling price of trouser material is 198x rupees. Now what is given? His total sale is 36,600. That means selling price of shirt plus selling price of trouser together must be 36,600. Okay. So that means to say your 168x plus this 198x rupees must be equal to 36,600 rupees. What is 168 plus 198? It is 366x is equal to 36,600. So what should be x now? X must be 36,600 divided by 366, which is 100. So when x is 100, what is the length of the shirt material? It is 3x meters, that is 3 into 100, which is 300 meters, and length of the trouser material is 2x meters, that is 2 times 100, which is 200 meters. So what is asked in the question? How much trouser material did he buy? How much trouser material did he buy? 200 meters. Let's look at the next question. Half of the herd of deer are grazing in the field and 3/4 of the remaining are playing nearby. The rest 9 are drinking water from the pond. Find the number of deer in the herd. First of all, let's assume in a herd there are x number of deer. Half of this, that is x by 2 of deer went out for grazing. Okay. So now how many are remaining now? Remaining will be x minus x by 2, which is x by 2. So now we have x by 2 number of deer in the herd. Out of this x by 2, 3/4 of the remaining are playing nearby. So 3/4 of this x by 2 are playing nearby. Okay. So now how many are remaining? What is first of all 3/4 of x by 2? It is 3x by 8. So now how many are remaining? It must be x by 2 minus 3x by 8. X by 2 minus 3x by 8 is nothing but x by 8, right? So now what is given? The rest 9 are drinking water. So the remaining are 9, that is x by 8 remaining is 9, is equal to 9. So what is x now? X must be 9 times 8, which is 72. That means the number of deer in the herd were 72. Let's look at the next question. A grandfather is 10 times older than his granddaughter. He is also 54 years older than her. Find their present ages. So now we have a grandfather and we have a granddaughter. Now what is given? Grandfather is 10 times older than his granddaughter. So if I assume granddaughter's age is x years, then grandfather must be 10 times of x, which is 10x years. What is given? He is also 54 years older than her. That means this grandfather is also 54 years older than her. That means 54 plus x years. So what we have now, we have a linear equation. 54 plus x is equal to 10x. So that means 54 is equal to 10x minus x when we transpose x to the right hand side. That means 54 is equal to 9x. So what is x now? X must be 6. So the granddaughter's age is 6 years. Okay, this is granddaughter's age. And what is grandfather's age? It must be 10 times 6, which is 60 years. Let's look at the next question. A man's age is 3 times his son's age. 10 years ago he was 5 times his son's age. Find their present ages. So we have a man's age and we have son's age. Okay, let's write the present ages here. Now what is given? A man's age is 3 times his son's age. So if I assume the son's present age is x years, then man's present age will be 3 times his son's age. That means it will be 3x years. Now what happens 10 years ago? Okay, 10 years ago, what will be man's age? It must be 3x minus 10 years. Okay, and son's age must be x minus 10. Sorry, x minus 10 years. Now what is given? 10 years ago he was 5 times his son's age. That means this 3x minus 10 years ago is 5 times his son's age, that is x minus 10. So let's simplify now. You have 3x minus 10 is equal to 5x minus 50. Let's transpose 3x to the right hand side and negative 50 to the left hand side. You get 50 minus 10 is equal to 5x minus 3x. That means 40 is equal to 2x. So what is x now? X must be 40 by 2, which is 20. You understand? So when x is 20 years, that is we are asked to find the present ages. That means son's age will be 20 years and man's age will be 3 times 20, which is 60 years. Okay, so the present ages of son and the man are 20 years and 60 years.